Hello, everyone, and welcome to today's explainer. Have you ever tried to translate a feeling, only to realize that the English language just completely falls short? It happens all the time. Language isn't just a basic way to communicate. It's literally the lens through which we experience the whole world. And today, we're looking at a pretty fascinating linguistic premise. The Portuguese language features some words that are so uniquely tied to specific emotions and actions, they absolutely lack direct English equivalents.
So our core thesis today is that Portuguese has words so unique, you literally won't find them in the English dictionary. And we aren't just talking about slang here, right? We're talking about profound, deeply rooted cultural concepts wrapped up into single words. Throughout this explainer, we're going to look closely at 3 of these unique words. I'll show you exactly what they mean, how to properly pronounce them, and how you can actually use them in a real-life sentence. Ready to expand your vocabulary? Let's get into it.
All right, starting us off at number 1, saudade, deep emotional longing.
Okay, let's dive right into this. We're kicking off our journey today with a word that represents a deeply internal emotional state. Now, it's a word you might have actually heard of if you happen to be a fan of bossa nova music. It's pronounced saudade. Go ahead, try saying it to yourself. Saudade. It's a beautifully rhythmic-sounding word, isn't it? Saudade translates to a deep emotional longing or a profound sense of nostalgia. It's essentially this intense yearning for someone or something that is completely absent.
Now, what's really fascinating here is the contrast. In English, we usually just say we miss someone, right? It's a simple, everyday verb. I miss my friend. I miss my car. It's practical. But the Portuguese concept of saudade takes that basic feeling and elevates it into a truly heartfelt longing. It is so much more than just missing a person or a place. It's an ache. It's a heartfelt, almost physical sensation of absence that carries a ton of emotional weight. Let's see this powerful word in action. Take a look at this phrase, sinto saudade da minha família. Now, in English, the literal translation is simply, I miss my family. But knowing what we know now, if you picture someone actually saying this, you can immediately grasp the true depth of the mini-narrative happening there. This isn't just someone casually wishing their family was around for Sunday dinner. This is someone experiencing a genuine, heartfelt longing for their loved ones. It's a beautifully poetic way to express love through the lens of absence. Moving right along to number 2, cafuné, affectionate touch. Let's see how this builds, because you're transitioning from the deep, internal emotions of saudade to a word that's all about interpersonal, physical affection. The word is pronounced cafuné. Seriously, it has such a great bounce to it, cafuné, and the definition is incredibly specific. It means the act of gently running your fingers through someone's hair with affection. Think for a second about how many words we'd have to use in English to describe that exact action. Gently running your fingers through, it's a mouthful. But in Portuguese, that entire intimate, caring gesture is perfectly encapsulated in just one single beautiful word. Here is how it looks in an everyday sentence. Ela fez cafuné no filho até ele dormir, which translates to, she stroked her son's hair until he fell asleep. Just hearing that creates such a gentle, intimate scene, doesn't it? It vividly illustrates a mother comforting her child. It's not just vaguely petting or touching. It's a very specific, soothing, loving kind of affection that literally only the word cafuné can accurately describe.
And finally, number 3, Malandro, the charming rule breaker. We're zooming out now. We've gone from the internal longing of the soul to the intimate affection between family members, and now we're stepping out onto the streets to look at a much broader societal concept. There are actually 2 variations to know here. The person themselves is a malandro, that's malandro, and the lifestyle, or kind of the abstract concept of this behavior, well, that's malandragem, pronounced malandragem. They have such a fun, energetic ring to them. Malandro, malandragem. Basically, a malandro is someone who survives through charm, wit, and expertly bending the rules. So the absolutely crucial point here is exactly how these traits combine. It's the mix of charm, wit, and bending the rules. A malandro isn't a hardened criminal, but they aren't just a stand-up comedian either. It's a highly specific cultural archetype. We're talking about someone who uses their sheer charisma and their street smarts to navigate a really tough world, often playing the system to their advantage, but doing it with a smile and a clever joke. And this brilliantly illustrates how the word gets used in regular conversation. Ele é malandro carioca. The English translation we have is, he's a street smart guy from Rio. But honestly, street smart barely scratches the surface here.
When you call someone a Malandro, you are instantly invoking all of that charm, that quick wit, and that slightly mischievous rule-bending nature. It completely captures the essence of a clever local who knows exactly how to survive and thrive just by using their personality.
So, we've looked at the heartbreaking depth of Saudade, the tender affection of Cafuné, and the charismatic street smarts of the Malandro. This brings us to a final question for you. Which one is your favorite? Take a quick moment to think about it. Language is absolutely incredible, right? It begs a pretty provocative thought. If English doesn't have a single word for gently running your fingers through someone's hair, or a single word for a charming rule breaker, how many other complex feelings and experiences are we missing out on simply because we don't have the vocabulary for them yet? Food for thought. Thank you so much for joining me for today's explainer, and keep exploring the amazing world of words.